How you place a dimension has a big effect on the dimension behavior during editing. We'll start by dragging a depth dimension off of the bottom right edge of this part. When we create a blend on the front corner, the dimension shrinks to 2 inches. This is not what we want. We can click on the undo icon twice to revert back, and this time we'll create a dimension by selecting opposing edges. Looks like the same dimension as before, but now when we blend the front corner, the dimension maintains as an overall dimension. So whenever you're adding blends to parts, this is the way you want to create the dimension. Let's use the dimension-driven editing tool again, and we'll create a dimension for the length of the part, edge to edge. Now notice when we click on the right arrow, the right side face and blends highlight. We can click on the Add button, select the whole to add it to this group. Now when we type 5, the part stretches to the right and the whole stays concentric to the corner blend. So let's work with an actual part. We'll use KCV Block 4. We'll click on the Dimension-Driven Editing tool. We're going to start by clicking on the bottom right edge and dragging down a dimension. Next, we'll click on the Constant Radius Blend tool. We'll type 0.5 for the radius and blend the front corner. Notice that the dimension shrinks to 2 inches. This is not what we want. Hit that undo icon twice. Click on the Dimension-Driven Editing tool again. This time select the opposing edges to place a 2.5 inch dimension. Now click on the Constant Radius Blend, 0.5 for the radius. When you click on the corner, you'll notice you get a 2.5 overall dimension staying there. This is what we want. Again, dimension-driven editing, we're going to pick the 2 opposing back vertical corners. We place a 4.75 dimension. Now, click on the right arrow. Notice the right end and the 2 blends highlight. If you hit the Add button, you can add the whole to this. Now when we type 5, the block stretches, the whole stays concentric to the blend. So let's recap. How we create a dimension has a big effect on the dimension behavior during editing. We saw that when we dragged the dimension directly off an edge, we had a problem with the blend. Instead, if we create a dimension by selecting 2 edges that were opposing, the dimension looked the same, but when we place the blend, we maintain the overall dimension. We also saw that when we created a length dimension for the block by using opposing edges, and we then selected the right arrow of the dimension, the right face and the 2 blends highlighted, we could then click on the Add tool and add the whole to that group. Now when we typed 5 inches for the length, the block elongated all on the right side and the whole stayed concentric to the blend.